Hey everybody, it's Playing Baked, and we're back with a another episode in Terraria. I was going to say a rather long episode, but that's just simply not the case because I time-lapsed it. We're viewing this back at about 8 speed, I think. Fun fact, 144 gigabyte of recording. Um, for one session. So, without further ado, what you see me doing in the background is trying to figure out how to make a depth meter, which will come into play in a moment. I wanted to do something in Terraria, but I didn't want to, well, basically continue on the path where that I am. Um, I intended to use this character for a co-op, so since I haven't sorted that out yet, I figured I need to make do with what I had and not progress my character any further as this basically. Um, I read about somebody having problems with his sky bridge. And somebody said, well, okay, aside a sky bridge, a tunnel just a few feet below the ground is really nifty to have as a way to get around fast. So I figured, okay, I could try and get a bit of a tunnel sorted out. Um, Unfortunately, I had the strange idea to start my tunnel at exactly um, well, level depth really. Currently, you can see I'm around 90 feet below, 40 feet below right now, and soon I'll be at level depth, which is actually around 300 feet below my spawn point. So I'm not too sure how this is going to work out in the world if I travel all the way to the left or the right, if I ever be above ground at one point or another, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, this depth level is inconveniently about 100 feet about where I made floor one, so I had to make a bit of a stairs to get to it, and well, uh, this is going to be the start of it a bit. Since I'm a bit lazy and didn't want to go up the stairs every time, I went about and tried to create a bit of a side exit for the first floor. So if you come down here, you can lean to the right, so to speak, and with a bit of practice and aiming, you should not die. I tested it out a few times. I wanted to have a closed door so you could keep leaning, but then I realized, okay, somebody's eventually bound to accidentally leave open this door. What will happen then? And of course, you'll see in a moment. I had a horrible death experience by that. So, oh well. There we go. I died. And indeed, I noticed a flaw, so I tried to do it in a different fashion, which is probably not going to work in the long run. So I tried another setup, which is a small bit of wall, but it was too small. Meanwhile, I noticed that the Dryad had been obnoxiously um, pity about the quarters that I gave her and decided to move into a different house, which was my house. So going to try and knock her out of that, but I'll run into troubles. So I spotted this huge pool of water, and I remembered, well, I have this huge elevator, and I had it in such a way that if I accidentally overflowed it, then still nothing would happen to the elevator itself. The pools will still keep working, but um, yeah, just all the excess water will nicely flow away. But then as I drained it, I realized that I forgot one pretty detail, which is there were a fuckload of torches on the side, which all fell down. So in the background, you see me going down and replacing some torches. So what I still haven't done is created a passage from the actual spawn point level down to the tunnel area, except, well, basically the elevator. Um, I like I like alternatives, so I figured I'd need to have an actual bit of climbable road or something like that. So whatever. And I find friends and then kill them. So I managed to find a pretty big cave system after all, and you're going to be noticing something interesting when I'm done exploring this. I'm not going to give it away. I'm going to talk about something else. In the past week, I haven't done too much content. I was still a bit burned out by Lowlands and by pushing out so much content in the last few weeks. Um, Also, you may notice my voice isn't that optimal still, so yeah, I was doing it a bit slow and taking my time. So sorry for that. And it's back to exploring the cave, or actually creating the cave, digging into the cave. I'm fairly sure it's eventually the same cave, but I haven't backtracked it that far. Um, so we're already two-thirds down. It's only 100 feet or so remaining, and that's when I breached into the cave. So by now you can already notice that the cave that I breached in also goes up, and I'll start exploring it this both directions. Well, actually, I prepared the tunnel part to be connected to the other tunnel part, since it's since the depth meter is giving me a pretty accurate value for level depth. It's quite convenient. Some inventory managing. Yeah, sorry, I'm going to keep doing that a few times. Meanwhile, I'm enjoying a nice big smoke, so that's going to give a few more interruptions to my nice little story. Ah. Um, yeah, you might already notice it in the background. I've reached the surface, and the surface looks quite familiar. At least if you saw my previous movie, and I'm going to assume you did. Thank you for watching so far. Yeah, I've noticed quite a bump in view count, and I'm already slowly starting getting some subscriptions, so I'm enjoying that part. If you like what you're seeing in the background, at the end I'm going to ask you, Hey, if you like it, please actually hit the like button. Um, you could use the subscribe button, just giving out suggestions. But yeah, you know the story. So this is pretty much where I went lol. I reached the spawn point basically. It's a familiar arrow here, so yeah. And that's when I backtracked a bit um, and made it a bit so you can travel either direction. A bit more inventory micromanagement because yeah, I had pretty full bags all around. Oh well. Actually, I got a bit distracted here, so there's going to be a bunch of weird stuff. First, I'm going to get some wood, and yeah, I think I got distracted here for a second, but it's quite interesting because this video is currently on 11 minutes, but in reality, this was already about 1.5 hour into the gameplay, so it's a bit awkward trying to remember what exactly happened. But yeah, this is the part that got me distracted. A big unexplored cave system. So yeah, I got a bit curious and because I saw that one heart. So yeah, a bit of exploring going on here. And yeah, because the dryad had left the top floor and decided to move back into this ground floor, which had no door. So I said, when I noticed the blood moon rising, I said, "Yeah, too bad for the dryad." And then, obviously, I died myself. The irony, and I took care of my inventory problems, and then I noticed, well, I can actually upgrade this structure I have going on here. So I'll be able to shoot from the ground floor up into well, basically every door. So I'm preparing that here for a second. And quick demonstration. This place during a blood moon is so easy. They cannot get in anywhere. Um, yeah, I saw a bunch grouping up on the left-hand side of the building, so I figured I might as well try and make a passageway where I can shoot them as well. So, which is this? It's not pretty, but it's doable. And then I obviously had to make it a bit more well, less ugly. But first I had to make sure it all worked. Some more convenient holes to shoot out from. And I might eventually put in put in stairs at the rear end of the building, so I can actually travel up and use those um, shooting areas as well. And I want to have the dryad back in her little spot. So go inside. Thank you. And this is when I realized I should have used sand instead of stone for that. But oh well. Trying to tidy up the place a bit more in the background and Then I noticed it was already night again.